Male worker, the Punisher, is supposed to testify against Diddy tomorrow. During Cassie Ventura's testimony, she went through a list of pictures of male workers that she could remember from these freak-offs, and one she called out by the name the Punisher. And we found out today in court he will be testifying against Diddy tomorrow. And I'm very curious to see the backstory because we don't know much surrounding the Punisher's interactions with Diddy and Cassie. I was looking into the Punisher earlier this morning, and he's actually a very famous guy. He's a very well-known male entertainer, and he was also on VH1 I Love Money. And let me just say, I found his Instagram account, and I get why his nickname is the Punisher, and we'll just leave that there. Now today, the feds released more pictures of these male workers that had relations with Cassie and Diddy. The first man's name was Skylar, and they hired him from Cowboys for Angels. The second one on this list, released by the government, was Jonathan Oddie. And I can't help but this man was literally vindicated after all of these years and so many people calling him crazy. The next worker on this list was Ash, who worked for Cowboys for Angels and had freak-offs with Cassie and Diddy in Los Angeles, Las Vegas, and Ibiza. The next male worker was named Brian, and he was hired off Craigslist in New York. The next male worker was Greg from Miami. The next one was Jake, who worked in Los Angeles. The next one is Johnny, who is based in Los Angeles and traveled to New York and Miami, and he was booked through an agency called Latin Men. The next one is Jules, and you heard Cassie talk about him quite a few times in her testimony. And then there's a few that are unidentified in this list, so I'm sure that these are the ones that Cassie said that she couldn't remember. We have another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. And what I find crazy about this is we got these exhibits of all of these male workers that have been identified, but there are still some on this list that we don't see photos of. Danielle Phillips, the very first testimony against Diddy, the male worker, his photograph is not in this list. Also, the male worker who is getting ready to testify tomorrow that Cassie Ventura only remembers by the name The Punisher. But I will tell you, the feds are dropping these exhibits like hotcakes. We just got all of the freak-off photos from the hotel when Diddy got raided, and now we have all of these pictures of about 13 male workers in total that they are releasing to the public. And I still can't believe that we are finally seeing Jonathan Oddie's face on this exhibit. Now we know that we heard Cassie Ventura mention him and detail everything, but the fact that now you're actually seeing his picture is crazy. I feel like this man is finally being vindicated on things that he said back in 2018 when everybody thought he was crazy. I am still hoping that Jonathan Oddie is one of these workers that get up on that witness stand and get to testify against Diddy, because I am really curious to hear his whole story. But y'all, let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.